much. I've just come from the apple shed in Newark, which was hit hard by the recent hailstorms. And I had a chance to visit with some of the farmers there and hear about the damage they suffered. Some suffered complete losses. All their apple crop, all of their cherries, all of their pears, everything. Some, slightly less than that. But the impact is devastating. 23 counties throughout New York suffered serious damage after that freak hailstorm a few weeks ago. And I remember being at the apple shed 3 years ago and seeing the trees just heavy with fruit everywhere and actually picking some of the apples. But New York apples are the best. And now we're going to have to work hard to help our farmers recover. And I carry a message from Governor Patterson, Senator Schumer, Congressman Arcuri, and all the members of Congress that we're going to do anything and everything we can to bring you relief. That we are working right now, pushing the administration to declare these counties disaster areas so that we can begin the process of trying to help you with the losses that you have suffered. And Senator Schumer and I have called on the United States Department of Agriculture to approve Governor Patterson's request for disaster declarations. That's the first step to free up immediate assistance. And now that we have finally passed the new Farm Bill, which took a while, we've got a couple of things that are really, really good for New York. As Jim Allen and Nicholson's and others know, I've worked ever since I got to the Senate to include programs for our fruit and vegetable farmers. Because up until this last Farm Bill, they were not included. And finally, we have fruit and vegetables included. We also have this new permanent disaster relief fund that was created in the Farm Bill. And that means that growers, like those I just met at the apple shed, would be able to use emergency low-interest loans and other financial assistance tools to get back on their feet. We have also called on USDA to consider making advanced disaster payments because we know our farmers can't wait for relief. I mean, they've been wiped out, some of them. And so we're trying to get money to you as quickly as possible. And it's going to be my highest priority because I saw with my own eyes the damage that's been done. Now, there are still going to be about, what, Jim, 30 million?
10
or 12 million good bushels of apples that are going to be in the stores. Also, we finally are going to enforce the country of origin labeling, which we have been trying to get done because I believe that Americans and New Yorkers will buy fruit and vegetables that they know are grown right here. There's another problem that I'm going to keep my eyes on, and that was raised by some of the extension service people from Cornell, from the station here, fire blight and other disease. So we've got to keep a real watchful eye and make sure we get the help so that we don't get the farmers through this crisis only for them to find out that they're going to have to cut their trees down because they've gotten disease. So there's a lot we have to worry about. And of course, it's very important for this region because so much of it does depend upon agriculture. I also am continuing to fight hard for a farm worker program so that our farmers can have workers. I have supported a program called Ed Jobs, which would provide a legal way for farm workers to be able to come here and farmers to employ them. But I am deeply concerned about what is happening. Here we are on our backs because of this hailstorm, and we don't have the labor we need. And I wish that everybody in all of the affected communities would understand how important this is. It's important to you because it's absolutely essential to the economy that we have workers who will be able to do agricultural labor. So this is a big, big issue here in New York, and I'm going to. Now, we also know that, as I said, the farm worker program is this farm bill has some good conservation measures. It has nutrition program measures in it. There's a lot in it for people who are not farmers, because we all eat and we all want to know that our food supply is safe. And we also know that with the increased cost of fuel, if we grow our food closer to where we live and eat it, we'll end up saving money. Because right now, you look at how much cost is added on to truck something from California or ship it from China, and we can do better right here at home. In fact, that's one of the main reasons why I want this country of origin labeling, and why I've been so disappointed that we haven't been able to get it done until this fall. And that is, I want people to buy New York and locally grown products. And that's the only way we're going to do that. I'm also going to work to strengthen the Farm to Fork initiative that I started, and it's going to continue to reach out to farmers. And I think we've got some good examples of what we've been able to do here. Obviously, I've worked closely with Red Jacket and the Nicholsons, but also with FoodLink from Rochester, a regional food bank that serves 10 counties from the region. I think I saw Tom here. Saw Tom here somewhere. Tom has been the real driving force behind that, and we helped to launch the Farm to Fork Fulfillment Center to distribute locally grown produce. And Tom Ferraro and the FoodLink people have been great partners with our farmers. So we're now really looking at what more we can do to add value to the farm dollar. I want to help farmers get more contracts with users like hospitals and school districts. I really want local people to look at where your contracts for buying food really go and start asking yourself, can't we do more to have better contracts with our local growers, and maybe even get into some of the old cooperative ideas where we come together to build storage facilities and other ways of having longer seasons for our farmers here in New York. I think it's a win-win. Local school district that starts buying locally supports the families that actually support the school district, and you get the whole idea of how that will work. So we're going to keep working and be smarter and try to provide more support. We work in another part of the state with our apple growers up in the Champlain Valley up by Vermont. And they took New York apples, they cut them into slices, they packaged them, and they made them kid-friendly. And now they've got a big contract with the New York City School District. So there's just a lot of ways we can be creative here, and I stand ready to help. We're going to do more also in rural areas to make sure that rural economies grow and prosper. Downtowns don't die. If we can keep attracting small businesses. We've got to have a big emphasis on renewable fuels. I was in Syracuse earlier today. We grow so many things in New York that are not food that we can use as biomass for fuels. Like fast-growing willow trees are a great way to get New York into the biofuel business, and we're going to do more on that as well. So I look forward to continuing to be your advocate, to work with you. I've been proud. I'll be hosting our annual Farm Day. I was going to do that no matter what happens. I'll be hosting that in the Senate come September. But I also want to thank so many of you in this audience as I look out and see lots of friends and familiar faces. Thank you for your support, for your prayers. Some of you actively were out there working. I will never forget it. It was an extraordinary experience. I am deeply grateful for it. But I also talked about New York everywhere I went. Mark knows he campaigned with me a few times, and he saw the same quizzical looks on people's faces when we started talking about, agriculture in New York. A lot of folks didn't really believe it. So I'd always pull out Mark. I'd say, here's a real farmer. He's from New York. And we had a lot of fun, kind of dispelling some myths and educating some folks about our great state and the variety that we have and the beauty of this state from one end to the next. So it is an honor to be your senator, and I am thrilled to be back working for you.